Thank you guys for coming today. We're going to follow the same protocol that we've had for the past couple of weeks, where the chief's going to come out, he's going to provide a brief statement, and then he's going to immediately go into some Q&As with you guys. And if you guys please raise your hands, and then we'll go ahead and we'll give you guys a microphone. So with that, here's Chief Soelberg.
Good afternoon. Mike Soelberg, Chief of Police with Gilbert Police Department. Thank you for being here with us again today. I want to continue to stress that this is a very important topic for us. We have made significant progress on our teen violence investigations. Since January of 2024, we have made 25 arrests regarding group teen violence. The majority of these arrests have come from information that we have received from the community. Thanks to the assistance of the media and the community, we've been successful in making these arrests. Since we met last Thursday, we have made 3 additional arrests. These 3 arrests all stem from one investigation involving an assault at a private residence in December of 2022 at a residence near Higley and Elliott Roads. Yesterday, on February 7th, we submitted charges to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office on 18-year-old Nolan Russell, who now lives out of state. We have requested extradition and charges of aggravated assault, burglary, and kidnapping. Yesterday, we also arrested 18-year-old Cody Kostoritz. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault and burglary. We also arrested 19-year-old Gage Garrison. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault and burglary. Gage Garrison may sound familiar. We did arrest him a couple weeks ago involving an aggravated assault that occurred in our parking garage in December of 2022. We currently have 9 active investigations. 2 of those are threats cases, 3 are assaults that occurred at the In-N-Out parking lot, and 4 assaults at various locations throughout Gilbert. Having said that, we did add another investigation into our list of active investigations. This reactivated case involves the assault in the parking garage, and we are going to put up a photo here on the screen. We made 4 arrests in this case so far. One of these arrests, however, was sent back to us for further investigation. Last week, we sent out this photo. We have identified the individual where it says identified. The individual in the first photo on the ground, we're trying to identify him. That is the same individual in the second photo that is standing up. I know it's not a very clear picture of the individual's face in that second photo, but we need the public's help in identifying that individual from that assault. So any information, please let us know if you have any info on that individual. So with that case being reactivated, that does take us back up to 10 active investigations. We have made significant progress on our investigations to determine if any of these violent incidents are gang-related. We continue to pursue that investigation. Once we conclude that investigation, we will be meeting with the Maricopa and Pinal County Attorney's Office to determine if it has any impacts on any of our cases or any of the cases from other jurisdictions. Once that case is concluded, we will notify you, and we will be having a briefing to discuss specifically that investigation. We want to encourage the public to continue to provide us with any information on any of these cases or any other cases in which they may have information about our cases or other jurisdictions' cases. So please continue to provide us information. As a reminder, our next Teen Violence Subcommittee meeting will be Wednesday, the 21st, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Gilbert Southeast Regional Library. These cases are fluid, and so we will continue to provide you with information, the community with information. Our number 1 priority is keeping our community safe. We need that information from the community to continue to do so. With that, I'll take any questions you guys may have.
Hi, Chief. Ashley Bolton with ABC15. We have been going back through court documents, even juvenile cases, Last week I mentioned that we've seen social media photos of some of these people together. Now we've seen that they have committed crimes together potentially for years, arrested by Gilbert police in some situations, contacted by other departments as well. Can you at least safely say that there is some kind of connection? Because it seems like what we're looking at is at least a group that hangs out together.
So as we've mentioned in a lot of these cases, you are now seeing some of the names. On cases where they were charged as juveniles, I can't make that connection for you because I have to protect their identity based on state laws. But we actively investigate all these cases. We look for those connections. As you mentioned, some of these cases it is the same individuals. And in some cases, those individuals may be witnesses or at a location of another crime. But where we may have been able to establish probable cause, we have made those arrests. I alluded to the investigation as to is it gang involved. That is what we are continuing to look at, not only our cases, but working with the other 6 agencies to determine what other involvement they have in any of those, and is it gang related.
Thank you, Chief, for doing this again. You mentioned that you're making progress on the gang classification investigation into the Gilbert goons. Can you kind of give us a look behind the curtain as to what exactly your department has to look for when it comes to considering whether criminal street gang status can be applied to a group? Like specifically when you're looking at your cases, what elements are you looking for that would check those boxes?
Yeah, and we posted on our teen violence webpage that criteria of the Arizona statute. If I remember correctly, there's I think 9 or 10 criteria that are possible in the statute. You don't have to have all of those, but you have to have some of those in order to be classified as a gang. And so when we do our briefing on that, we will go into detail of what those criteria are and if we met those criteria on any of these individuals. So with the investigation, you've mentioned a lot of different names, I've mentioned a lot of different names. So part of that investigation is contacting all those individuals, whether they're involved in criminal activity or associated with those individuals, to determine what their involvement, if any, is within these crimes. And that'll be part of that investigation.
Hi, I'm with 3TV and CBS 5. So you mentioned that the police department is looking into whether or not some of these suspects will be charged as gang members. Going back to when we first started learning about a lot of these assaults, it seems like the community, parents, students, even high school coaches knew about this alleged group of kids committing these assaults. Why was it that the police department, it appears, were kind of the last to know about it?
So as a reminder, the majority of the videos that you mentioned, the conversation that occurred online, that happened after Preston was killed at the end of October. The majority of the arrests that we've made, these 25 arrests, the majority of those arrests were from videos we received in December and early January. And so I understand the confusion of all these videos are out there, how did we not know about it? We learned, as the community learned, from when those videos were shared after Preston was killed. And so it's important to make that distinction that as much information is out there now, that wasn't available prior to November and December.
Hi, Chief. Elena from the Arizona Republic. There are, I believe, a couple of cases that are no longer active because they're cleared. I believe it's the August attack and the November 2022. There was another one that was just reactivated. Do you know if there are any leads that were talked about or that were known by detectives, but probable cause could not be established like we saw previously with the August attack?
So both of those cases are currently the November one that you mentioned at the house party. And I believe you're talking about the one that was reported to us in January of this year, that we made several arrests on that case.
No, I believe it's the August in-out meeting.
So the August in-out, but I want to clarify which November one are you talking about?
House party.
The house party, yeah. So in that November one, we received that video in January. We didn't even know about that. And that was, the victim came forward to us in January to report that. Based on the information he was seeing in the media and online, he wanted to make sure he reported that. And we're very thankful that he did. Regarding the August investigation, that is closed. We've made 6 arrests on that investigation. And both these cases and any other cases, if additional information comes forward to where we can pursue additional charges, or we just need to add additional information to the report. We will reopen the case, add that information, and take the appropriate response from there.
Morning, Chief. Rick Davis, Fox 10 News. Just trying to get a feel. Do you think that the department has gone past this investigation? Has anything recently happened this year that may be attributed to this group that's doing all the violence?
So I mentioned this last week. We do have one new case. There's no indication that that new case involves any of the individuals that we've been talking about, but it is a teen-on-teen violence case that occurred at a park near Val Vista and Baseline. So that's a recent case, but as I mentioned, it involves activity, but no brass knuckles, but it was multiple subjects that attacked a kid. In regards to all our investigations, we always actively pursue investigations, pursue charges where we can establish probable cause, and we will continue to do so.
Recently at the legislature during a hearing about brass knuckles, one lawmaker expressed frustration about the handling of these cases when prosecuted, that more serious charges were recommended, there were plea deals that were offered, certain felony charges were dropped. I'm curious if that was a frustration with your department in the past and how you're now working with the county attorney's office to ensure, the charges match the seriousness of the cases.
Yeah, so we take every case seriously. We want to ensure justice for our victims, and so we do thorough investigations. We submit those to the county attorney or the city court for the misdemeanors. Our job is to be fact finders, be impartial, present that information to the prosecutors, and let them make the charging decisions. After those charging decisions are made, there's a lot that goes into that, and I will refer you to the county attorney or the city courts as to that process. But we want justice for our victims, and so our goal is to focus on what we can control, which is providing thorough investigations to the attorneys to prosecute.
A couple of questions about Kyler Renner. I know that he was originally arrested for the November house party incident. We haven't seen him indicted, so I didn't know if you had an update on that. Also, we know that charges were just recommended. Some more drug charges were recommended to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office involving Kyler from an arrest back in March, almost a year ago. Why did that take so long to submit those charges?
The drug investigation? So a lot of time, as I've mentioned before, whether it's an assault or whether it's a drug investigation, there's a lot of investigative efforts behind the scenes that you may not see. See, a lot of that is submitting search warrants, getting that information, going through the results of those search warrants, establishing everything we need to make a successful case for prosecution. So in that March investigation, it is part of that just investigative process. I would refer you back to the county attorney's office of when those are going to be scheduled for either grand jury or indictments. And I know yesterday you guys had asked about the crime lab results. We did confirm they do have that, and so it's a matter of getting that scheduled. I believe that it should be on the docket soon. But those charges have been submitted, and if there's any information that they need, the county attorney or Pinal County, we will provide that to them as soon as requested.
Hi, Chief. Alan Overskull's KTR News. Last week I had asked if there was any indication that suspects were fleeing or that there was difficulty finding suspects. You said there wasn't, but now we saw there was one person who was residing out of state, and I was just curious if there's any indication that person was fleeing, please.
No, there was no indication of that. I can't talk about why he or his family moved. That is up to them. They're obviously free to do so. But once we had him identified as a potential suspect, we have been in communication with him, we have interviewed him, and we have since submitted charges. But there's no indication that he was fleeing our charges, because we just interviewed him based on information we received in the last 2 months.
Now reflecting on some of these cases and knowing that some of the assaults were linked, is there anything you think the department could have done differently to identify this alleged gang activity or make an arrest sooner?
So in these cases that we've had over the last 2 years, as I mentioned before, we've identified the trend. But in often these cases, it was infrequent as being the same individuals. The majority of the cases that we've received over the last 5-6 weeks, those are the cases that we received in December and January that are making that connection, that it's multiple people involved in multiple cases. But that information was not available to us prior to those videos being made available in November, December, and January to us. So we've always actively investigated not only teen violence, but any crimes within Gilbert, and done an excellent job and continue to pursue those investigations.
In the past, in reviewing some of the records, it appears that SROs play a large role when it comes to investigating these cases. I'm curious, how much do you guys lean on SROs when you have a case involving juveniles?
Yeah, we have 12 SROs. We have an SRO at every high school and junior high in Gilbert Public Schools, Chandler Public Schools, and Higley Unified School District within Gilbert. Those SROs are essential for not only building bridges with the kids, of building that trust, and the majority of their role is a visible presence to keep the schools safe. But in addition to that, they are a source if people need to report information, whether anonymously, whether they're a victim or they're a witness. So they're an essential key component to the safety of our schools. They do have good relationships with the community. Keep in mind, some of these schools have over 3,000 individuals at a school, so it can be difficult for one officer to make that personal connection and build that trust with each and every individual. But in those cases where information is provided to us, we will talk to the parents, and there are specific rules we have to follow both with the schools and with the parents on making those notifications when we do communicate with them. But we work in partnership with each of those school districts to make sure that some things are administrative that the schools need to handle. We don't get involved in discipline. We only get involved if a crime has occurred, and then sometimes making those connections when that needs to be made between either the schools or other community organizations.
You said that a lot of this changed after you started getting videos from the community within the last few months. Going forward, you guys are saying you're taking these investigations really seriously. How do you bridge that gap between the community and your department in making sure they feel comfortable and people feel comfortable coming forward and giving you those videos possibly sooner?
Yeah, and I would emphasize that we've always taken these seriously. We didn't just start taking them seriously. We have always taken these cases seriously and investigated them. Each individual is different on their comfort level. We would hope and we want to be as open to our community, and that's why we have an anonymous source route also. So if they don't feel comfortable talking to us, they can leave a message, they can submit tips, they can submit photos and videos. So we encourage our community to continue to do so. We don't want this to be a one-time thing that they provide all this information and then it's kept quiet. So we need that community trust and participation. We've talked about it, if you see something, say something. Whether it's an old crime or whether it's something that you learn of that may be occurring in the future, we need the community to pass that on to us.
Regarding the arrest yesterday, were those names the investigators were aware of back in December 2022, or was this new information that you received?
No, it was new information. Once we shared the video with the community, we were able to identify some of those individuals. And let me clarify, one of those individuals was named that night, but we weren't able to establish probable cause at that time. But we have since been able to establish probable cause, but the rest were not known at that time.
This is the next question.
One of the victims' parents reached out to me and said they were never notified when their case was deemed inactive. Is it policy now to notify victims when there's been a change in the status of a case?
It should be. Not that we just changed it. It's always been that way. We have victims' rights mandates that we have to provide, whether it's a misdemeanor or felony. So if you want to talk to me afterwards, I can look into that one so I can find out which case you're specifically talking about. But that is our standard protocol to notify anytime there's a case status update, whether an arrest has been made or it's been activated, the victim should be notified of that so they're aware of that.
Some of these cases are going back a year and a half or more. Is statute of limitations a factor in any of this?
So in cases where statute of limitations are considered, it depends on the type of crime. So if it's a misdemeanor, we have a year from when we are aware of the crime to prosecute and submit charges. For felonies, I believe it's 6 years, if I remember correctly, to submit the charges on that. So we don't have an issue with the felonies. Now, if it's a misdemeanor and we've had it longer than that, then yeah, we would not be able to pursue charges. All right, thank you. As I mentioned before, as we continue to get additional information, we will update you. I thank you for being here. Have a good evening.